Okay, guys, what's up? Ballet Ran. I think I got the microphone working. I just want to confirm one last time that the microphone is working before getting to the video. Just 1 second here. Alrighty. Okay, testing. Okay, testing. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So in this video, I want to talk about what happened today with Hexologist. He was censored when he was going live on his daily live stream at the normal time that he's always streaming. He was about midway through the stream, and then the video got cut off. It didn't say copyright or anything as far as the actual error that I saw on my side of the screen. But long story short, guys, what YouTube did was they censored Hexologist completely. They deleted his account and they pretty much banned him and ghosted his account without any warning. So that's kind of the sphere that we're in nowadays. Unfortunately, with censorship, it's not just people that are into politics or people that have opposing opinions. Sometimes it's just a whole bunch of angry trolls trying to flag a video for copyright or for hate speech, and that's why it gets taken down. But long story short is it's unusual that Hexologist got taken down without any strikes. That's usually when those types of people that happens to are usually the ones that strike at the core. So long story short, it's not good that Hexologist was censored today. I'm hoping that hopefully his account is reinstated by tomorrow so he can do his normal live stream. Otherwise, maybe he can do it on a different streaming platform, maybe DLive or DTube or some sort of streaming platform. Even Twitter, he could stream on the Periscope. But I think it's imperative for the Hex community and even for Hexologist himself that streams on a daily basis. I think it's imperative, that we get his account back up and see why they even tried to censor him in the first place. Because, like I said, sometimes it is a whole bunch of trolls logging into multiple different accounts and flagging the video for hate speech or for even copyright. And the video or the channel itself can get taken down even without like a manual review. So my recommendation, guys, is you should go on to Twitter and you should do @YouTube and tell them or ask them why was Hexologist's account, why was it randomly censored, and can they reinstate his account? So give me just another second here, guys. Just gonna make sure that one of my friends gets this video link real quick here. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into my Twitter account, and I am going to kind of just show you guys what the heck is going on here. So let me enable my my screen here just a second. How the hell do I enable this? Let's see here. So it's not letting me go on to the. It's not letting me show my screen, guys. Not sure what the heck is going on here. So long story short, what I wanted to show you was just Hexologist on Twitter. If you go to his Twitter account and you tag his account It's just Hexologist and then 31. No spaces, no nothing, just Hexologist 31. And do at YouTube and say, why was Hexologist 31's account randomly censored, and please reinstate the account. I've seen it happen to multiple people in the political space. Very few people actually in the crypto space that I've seen it happen to, but especially with Hexologist, guys, like I said, I think it's imperative for the whole community to stand behind Hexologist and let them know on Twitter that that this just isn't acceptable. So we gotta stand behind our boy. Since day one, Hexologist has been doing the live streams, and I think we all want that to continue. So go on to YouTube, and if you try and type in Hexologist and watch his videos, you're not going to be able to see anything there. You're going to be able to see him featured on the Discord Syndicate, the RG3 special, where he was on a few different times, but you're not going to be able to see his channel. So it's unfortunate, guys. I don't want to see censorship in the community. Sometimes it could just be because someone just doesn't like the project. We see that all the time in Hex specifically, where we have a lot of haters, guys, and that's usually when that a project is pretty successful, is when it actually has attention and it draws in some of the haters. So that's pretty much all I want to say in this video, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. If anyone was watching the Hexologist live stream today and you're wondering why it just stopped in the middle of the video, it's because his channel got completely taken down. He didn't have any warnings, like I've said a couple times. And the only thing that we can really do is just go on Twitter, make a complaint to YouTube, and try and retweet my tweet. If you go to youtube.com/ValiantBrand, you should see a tweet that's talking about the YouTube censorship of Hexologist. So that's what you can do right now, guys. Hope that everyone's doing well. The project itself is, it's complete. It's designed what it's been doing what it's intended to do, as Richard Hart has mentioned multiple times, and I think we've all seen that so far with the project being about halfway complete. It's pretty incredible what we've seen so far. So curious to see what happens on the second half, and as long as we can onboard new users and argue the FUD and argue it with intelligence and actual facts, then I think we'll be in a good situation. The actual Hex project itself has had a lot of Bitcoin free claims, which I think is pretty cool. So we're going to continue to see more adoption and more amplification happening as we get towards the big payday. So I think that's going to be cool. I think that's going to be interesting to see. We've never seen a project like this in the crypto space, where it's a certificate of deposit. So I think that's got a lot of potential, and we've already seen, how much it has pumped and how much it's gone up since being started about like 6 months ago. So that's pretty much what I have to say, guys. Hope everyone's, got strong hands when it comes to Hex. My recommendation is, if you're going to lock it up and you're going to stake it like it was intended to do, then you should really serve out your stake. I've seen a lot of people that have talked about doing the emergency unstake a little bit early. And if you're gonna, from what I've heard, it's best to do it at 50% or above, so you're not eating into the principal that you put in. But long story short, for me personally, I'm just going to be serving what I initially staked, like the the actual contract, if I said that I was going to lock up until big payday, which I did, or a couple 100 days after that, which I did as well, then I'm going to fulfill my end of the contract and make sure that I get all of the interest and all of the penalties and whatnot that you receive from the emergency on stakes, and some of the other things as well is super beneficial when you actually serve out the full contract length versus cutting it halfway and not actually receiving the big payday rewards that you would normally have when it comes to share value. So that's pretty much it, guys. Not really seeing much interaction in the chat, but I know that the audio is working, so that's good at least. Like I said in the previous part of the video, if you go on to twitter.com and go to at YouTube and let them know that Hexologist31, that's his Twitter account, let him know that he got censored today and that he got his video removed while he was doing a live stream. Maybe we can get him back up. So I've seen it happen before, guys. I've seen it happen multiple times to people that were political and people that got their accounts removed, but now they're back up. So let's all stand behind Hexologist. Let's go to twitter.com and let's go to at YouTube and tell them to reinstate Hexologist. Because otherwise, I think some of the solutions that maybe Hexologist should be doing, if he's not already, is maybe posting on like Periscope or maybe DLive. DLive's another good one. Something that's going to be more resistant to censorship, because we all know that YouTube can kick people off with no warning. So we saw it happen just now with Hexologist, and hope that everyone does their part and messages team YouTube. So if we do this, guys, we can maybe get his account back up and see his normal live stream tomorrow. Otherwise, I hope that everyone's still staying active in the community and that we can find some sort of solution for Hexologist going forward with the live stream. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do right now, guys. I see that I'm about 13 minutes into the video. Got three people watching, which is cool. Just getting into the live streaming and just getting into the discussion of Hex on my YouTube channel. So hoping that I can provide a little bit of value and maybe a little bit of my perspective when it comes to my opinions on Hex specifically. I'm not necessarily going to give price predictions anytime soon, but I do think that it's important that if I have anecdotal experience of serving a stake completely to the amount of days that I said I was going to do, I think it's important to share that with the other people as well. And before you actually make your stake, say if you have say you got a million Hex, before you stake all million for 5,555 days, I think it's important to not FOMO in and to not rush into the stake specifically. Maybe give it a little bit of time and maybe look at some of the staking strategies that other people that are in the community have done. Because, I know a lot of people, if you go to, I'm pretty sure it's hex.live. 1 second here. So it's actually hex.vision, guys. If you go to hex.vision, you can see the stakes, the active stakes, and you can see the stakes that are expiring. And if you look on it, a lot of stakes are expiring on big payday. So if I go to it now, I don't think I can actually share my Dabbing Dolphin Hex. Good suggestion right there. He said contact Hexologist and get him to do his show on your channel until his gets back online. If Hexologist would be down for that, I would totally let him log into my channel and post. I don't care if it gets taken down. or maybe we can post him on the Discord syndicate. Maybe RG3 can host as well. If that we can get some sort of solution going, guys, where we can get Hexologist back up on a daily basis. I think right now it's important, like I said, as a community, to flood YouTube with as many comments as we can to let them know that Hexologist is he's a valued YouTube partner. When they remove a account like that specifically, I mean, they're losing out on a little bit of revenue as well. I specifically have donated to Hexologist a handful of times on his live streams. And if you look at the actual viewers and the engagement that Hexologist gets, he gets a pretty good amount of engagement and a lot of viewers that tune into his channel. And so YouTube's earning a decent amount of money with Hexologist as a YouTube ad partner. So we need to remind YouTube that we, the community, have a lot of power in what platforms we use. And so when we're using YouTube, we got to remind them, like, hey, you just made this decision today to delete Hexologist's account completely. We need to let you know that was a very bad decision. And now you've got a lot of people that, Hexologist would have like a couple hundred people watching per day. He'd have a couple hundred people watching. And now those people aren't going to be able to tune into the daily live stream. So we need to message YouTube and let them know that, hey, that's a bad decision and they need to reverse that, especially since there was no warning. I mean, I looked on Hexologist's his Twitter, and he even said it himself. There was no warning, no sign, no strike or anything like that. So to have something unprecedented like that happen is just kind of scary as far as being a content creator. Like I've had this channel, Valiant Brand, for multiple years, but have never been completely censored off of YouTube. And to think that your channel one day can just be, like that in a blink of an eye, that it can just be censored like that is pretty awakening, I guess, to think about. Everyone in the future needs to consider if you're a content creator and you're posting into like the Hex community or even any other communities outside of Hex, I think it's important to have multiple different live streams that like multiple different platforms that you're live streaming on. So if one falls down like YouTube did today, then maybe have something like a backup, like I said, like Periscope, DLive. There's other live streaming platforms that you can use, and have some sort of backup, because if your channel goes off and it just gets deleted, then you want to have something that your fans and your viewers can fall back onto. So right now we have Hexologist on Twitter. His channel, his Twitter channel is Hexologist31. So go ahead, message him on Twitter, and just maybe ask him any questions. If you got him any questions regarding the censorship, did he have any forewarning? Because from the messages that I saw, it didn't look like he did. And let's stand behind him and get his account back. I think it's a positive for everyone in the community to have this happen. I think it's a positive for him as well to be receiving the ad revenue that we're actually donating. Because that's the other thing, guys. If YouTube just deletes the account, then they're going to take all of the the ad share, the super chat donations. They're going to take 100% of that cut, and then they're not going to give it to the content creator. So it's important that we get Hexologist, his little bit of income from that, and especially with him, having another baby on the way. I think it's important to get that stream of income consistent, and to let YouTube know that, hey, you got a lot of angry viewers that don't think that's acceptable. So let's get Hexologist on different platform like Periscope or DLive. Feel free to message him and recommend that as well. I'm going to do that after this video. Message him on Twitter and just let him know, hey man, we can still do the daily show, just maybe on a different platform until we can get your YouTube count reinstated. So that's pretty much going to be it for the video, guys. I know now we got 5 people on here, which is pretty cool. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Yeah, I mean, dabbing Dolphins comment. Ryan Lopez, he said, "Bro, what happened?" Let me just verify. So when you go to Hexologist, when you go to his Twitter account, or sorry, not his Twitter account, when you go to his YouTube account, it wasn't working for me. It was completely deleted. Let me see right now. It's completely deleted. Same thing. I don't see anything. Let me just respond to Ryan real quick. So we're going to see about getting Ryan Lopez in here. He's asking what happened, and I'm just saying that send me the link if I can join for 5. Dabbing Dolphin, thank you, Brand, for your support, and thank you, Brand, for your support of Hexologist and Hex. You are a true Hex OG. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think a lot of us have been following Richard Hart for a while. I think it's only on StreamYard. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll restart this shit. Let's go to StreamYard real quick here. I know last night when I joined RG3 stream, I know when I joined that it worked pretty well for all of us. So let's see if I can do this real quick here. Bear with me, guys, for just a minute if you don't mind. We're gonna try and get Ryan Lopez on here and just have a little chit chat. I did message him on Twitter the other day and said, "Hey man, just getting into Hex and would be down to do a collab if he was down." 898. So why not do that right now? All right, so we're on the StreamYard now. Let me just get this stream going, okay? Bear with me just a minute, guys. And guys, I might have to end the stream that I'm on currently. And okay, so guys, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to end the stream right now that I'm on currently, and I'm going to invite Ryan on the new stream. So feel free to join my new stream, guys. Give me just maybe 2 minutes at most, hopefully, and I should have the new stream set up and should have Ryan Lopez on here. So give me just a minute. All right, guys. Thanks.